I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on now to page 12 of the Grade 4 Discovering Music Theory workbook, continuing with time signatures, looking at the differences between compound and simple time and all the various time signatures that we've now explored. So we're asked to choose the correct time signature for each of these melodies, and so it's kind of a two-pronged job here where we need to look at how the notes are beamed or grouped to tell us are we in simple or compound time, and also just counting the maths, and then we make our decision from those two factors. And so here we don't start with this first little bit. This is an anacrusis, like just an upbeat, because the composer wants the accent to fall here. Beat 1 is always the accented one, and so we start counting after the bar line. And we can see that we've got one crotchet beat here, one crotchet beat here. And so we could think this could be 2-4, and indeed it could be. That's not an option though. And so we now need to think, well, it can't be 4-4. That's not big enough. It definitely isn't 6-8 because it's not grouped in threes. And so we'll have to just kind of change our maths and change our unit value and think in quavers. So quaver, 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 quaver. We can see we've got 4 quaver beats. So 4-8 and 2-4, the maths is exactly the same, and you know they're both simple time as well. It's just that the way you count it changes, and the only option we've got here is 4/8. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we were counting this in 2/4, it'd be 1, 2, and 1 and 2, and we'd be in duple time, not quadruple time. And so that's the option that we need to take. Now this next exercise, we can see that we're in groups of 3. We can see there's a group of 3, and that's the clue really. Here's another nice big clue. And that tells us that we're going to be counting in compound time. So let's see what we've got. Let's break it down into quavers first of all. If we start with this bar, we know that that's 1, 2, 3. But then it's not going to work, is it? Because we want 1, 2, and that's not going to work. So by a process of elimination, we realise that we're actually going to have to be counting in semiquavers, which is 1, 2, 3, and this is 2 dotted quavers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They should be semiquavers. There we go, 7, 8, 9. So we can see we've got 3 groups of 3 semiquavers, and then that's made most obvious here because we've got 1, 2, 3, because 2 semiquavers equals a quaver. The last one's the dot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that soon brings us to 9 semiquavers per bar. It's compound triple. 9, 16 answers that. There's our maths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so perhaps now you can continue on and finish exercise 6. So I'm hoping that you've had a go of this. Let's look at this together now. And I think the first bar gives us the clue. We can see how things are grouped. And we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, that's a dotted minim. There's a dotted minim, there's a dotted minim. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 crotchet beats, 9/4, which is compound triple, and it's 3 dotted minim beats per bar. Let's look at that just to double check it. 1, 2, 3, there's a dotted minim, and then a dotted semi-breve divides into 2 dotted minims, 1, 2, 3, and then here we are again, just like bar 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's soon completed. This one, exercise D, looks a little bit busier, and I think just at first guess we can guess we're going to be counting in semiquavers, and they're quite long bars, busy bars full of lots of notes. There's obviously a lot of them, but let's just double check. Now we know that we're in compound time because we can see here the way these are beamed quite obviously, and then there, that makes sense now because that's just the same as 3 semiquaver beats, isn't it? Just because one is a rest, it doesn't change that. So we've got 2 semiquavers to the quaver, and there's our 3rd semiquaver finishing the group. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're correct. And we can see that that's group 1, 2, 3, 4 compound quadruple time, where our unit that we're counting in is semiquavers. Let's just look at this last bar. We've done the work, but let's just see how this works out. So we've got 2 demi-semis make a semiquaver. So there's our 1, 2, 3. 2 demi-semis make a semi. There's our 1, 2, 3 with the rest. And then we know that 1 quaver is 2 semiquavers. The dot is another one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's our 4 groups of 3. That's correct. And then finally. And so now it's unlikely that we're going to be counting in quavers, just at a quick glance. So we need to think, are we counting 6/4, which is compound, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or is it simple time? This is the tricky one where it's 1, 2, 3. And let's look at this. This bar gives us the clue. 1, 2, 3. So although there's a dot there, the composer is quite at liberty to just make a longer note. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to be in compound time. He just wants the note to last a bit longer. And here we can see crotchet plus 2 quavers equals a crotchet. There's a minim beat, there's a minim beat, there's a minim beat. So that's a little bit of a red herring, but the composer is quite within his rights to just extend the note. And it's always better to use a dot. He wouldn't need to write sort of that just to show us that it's not in compound time. He's quite within his rights to just use a dot. That's better wherever possible. So there's a beat and then the dot, and that note is a beat. So we've got 1, 2, 3 minim beats. 1, 2, 3 minim beats with the dot. 1, 2, 3 minim beats. And of course a semi-breve breaks down into 2 minims and the dot is half as much again. So that's the answer there. And you can see how very, very important, in fact absolutely vital it is to properly group the notes, beam the notes, allocate the notes. You know, you may have to use ties sometimes. Here it's not necessary, but there have been plenty of opportunities in previous grades, and now it just becomes so much more apparent that the grouping of the notes and rests is vital in helping us to determine what time signature is, and then the musician can give the correct nuance to the performance, because here 6/4 is duple compound, group 1 and 2 and a, whereas here exactly the same rhythm is got to show minim beats. So here it would have to use a tie to show there's beat 1, there's beat 2 out of the 2 dotted minims, whereas so here 1 and nothing's actually happening on beat 2 there, is it, because it's tied, whereas here it changes musical effect entirely to 1, 2, 3 and so the music changes entirely just because the time signature has changed from compound to simple, and we show that by the way that we group the notes. And so 6/8, we've got the same rhythm here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 semiquavers, which is equal to 1, 2, 3 quavers, which is a dotted crotchet. 1, 2, 3 quavers. There's 2 dotted crotchet beats. There are 2 beats in a bar, whereas here there are 3 beats in a bar. Each one has got to be a crotchet, and so we don't beam here because we need to show beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. And the same again here. However, in some respects, 3/8 helps us immensely because we just beam everything together. It's a short bar, and also it's simple time. This is the one that seems like it shouldn't be, but if you think about it, 6/8 is 2 dotted crotchet beats per bar. 3/8, there's 1 dotted crotchet beat, and you can't really go 1, 1, 1. And so it becomes simple time. We're just counting 1, 2, 3, and each of those breaks into groups of 2. So 3/8 is easy to beam because you just beam everything together, but it's worth remembering that it's simple time, whereas 6/16, we've still got to show groups of 3 semiquavers. It's duple compound time. It's so vitally important, and I do realise it's a slightly tricky topic, but it's so vital to every single musician. So I hope that sort of helped. We will get more opportunity to dig into this as we progress, however. But for now, that's the end of page 12. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.